Hello, and welcome to Debunk It, the podcast where we take a topic, take the myths, ideas, or misconceptions, and try to debunk them. I'm your host, TJ Kelly, and today I'm joined by Cheyenne Custer.
Hi.
So today's topic is all about dress codes, which is, I feel like, a very heated topic amongst anyone in a school, a public school, or even private schools.
Yeah.
So before we get into this, I just want to remind everyone that we are not experts, and our opinions should not be taken as facts. So what can you tell me about dress codes?
So on a few websites that I looked at, it said dress codes are mainly targeted at girls' clothing, which I agree with. And then some dress codes are like some schools are racist to colored people because of their hair and stuff. And then a New Jersey student came up with a hashtag that is "I'm not a distraction," because they use the excuse that girls, how they dress, distract boys in school.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
Yeah, I personally have never been dress coded, and I feel like that's just a sign that it's very sexist.
I've been dress coded 4 times. So this person, Samantha Parsons, in 2017 developed a dress code advocacy guide based on her experience, and she said that dress codes across the country promote narratives of female as objects and potential victims of harassment, assault, and rape because of their choice in clothing and not the actions of their perpetrators.
I feel like if you're going to use the card that rape, the person to blame is the person that got raped, that's just totally messed up. It's not putting the blame on the person who's actually doing the terrible crime.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's dangerous, first off, and second off, super sexist.
Yep. A lot of websites talked about how the clothes caused the rape instead of just the person that decided to do it. Because a girl could just be sitting there, and then another person could come up, and it could go for girls and guys though.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I feel like dressing is an easy way for students to express themselves, and taking that away is a dangerous thing. And then it's even more dangerous to accuse women who are raped, accuse the rape on their clothing and not the person who raped them.
yeah, I know a lot of people that express themselves through clothing, and then they can't do that at school because we're not allowed to have chains or stuff, and a lot of people wear chains.
And I feel like that's really not fair. It's not like we chose to be in school. It's a place we're almost required, almost forced to go.
Yep.
And then coming here and not being able to express ourselves just doesn't seem fair. Especially if it's other people's fault. It's not because women, they're exposing their bodies and they're allowing themselves to get raped. It's because men can't control themselves and are raping women. And I feel like there's been misogyny throughout the country for years and years, and I feel like instead of blaming the men that are doing this, the country just kind of made excuses for the men and blamed the women, which is just something, it's a common trend that's happened for years and years.
Yeah. So it says these dress codes are rooted to a hard-to-die concept of boys and men being unable to control themselves around women and girls. And it says not only is this incredibly insulting to boys and men, but it also precipitates a blame the victim mentality.
Yeah, I feel like that's very true.
Mm-hmm.
We should never be blaming the victim. We should be raising up the victim's voices to be heard, and instead we're kind of pushing them down. We're kind of smoldering their voices as an excuse for the people committing crimes.
Yeah.
And it's just not right.
Yep. I feel like dress codes should change a little bit because people need to express themselves, and we've grown up learning how to express ourselves and growing into ourselves, and school's making it kind of hard for everyone to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a touching topic, and a lot of people would fight against not changing it, and then a lot of people would fight for changing it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but The dress code the first school's dress code was established in 1969 by the U.S. Supreme Court. So it's been around for a very long time.
Yeah, I've heard of the case itself in government, actually. And it kind of popped up because kids weren't dressing in the stereotypical women's fashion back in the day. They were kind of reaching out, and they were going with, like, black, and they were wearing jeans and not skirts to school every day.
Yeah.
So the dress code itself was formed out of sexism, out of men not wanting women to dress how they want to dress, but dressing how they want to.
It says here that high school students who wore black armbands to school and are planning to protest against the Vietnam War. So I'm kind of thinking that they kind of did it for that also, because, like, they were protesting.
Yeah, kind of silenced the voice of the people protesting.
Yep. And then they have their origins in English private schools, but they are common in American public schools. So that's pretty much every school around the whole entire world. And a lot of, like, stores and stuff, they don't, like, for girls, like, in summer when it's, like, 90 degrees, like, we want to wear shorts and everything, and we can't do that because most companies don't make shorts that are long enough anymore.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot that needs to change, and I feel like we've had the time to change it, yet nothing has happened. So I feel like now is a better time than ever to start making changes, just to make it a better environment for all the students that go to school.
Yeah, I agree.